Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep.
Hey wife, we just got a new sponsor. It's Anchor. They must think we're doing something right because they picked us back up.
That's amazing. Want to hear something even more amazing?
Yeah?
I actually know what they are.
You are full of shit. I'm calling your bluff. Tell me about Anchor.
Okay, so Anchor by Spotify is the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place.
I'm actually surprised you knew that, but did you also know that Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer?
Yes, because I see you do that on your phone all the time and it looks pretty simple.
It really is, and when hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
But I use CastBox.
Yeah, darling, I know you like CastBox. It gets distributed there too, and lots of other platforms as well.
And how much are we paying for this awesome service?
Absolutely nothing.
Coolio! So then we should tell people to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started?
Yep, do it now.
Hey, Tuesday Q&A.
That was really lame. Hey.
Hey.
Wife.
Are you ready for a Q&A?
Yes, wife.
On Tuesday, husband?
Yeah.
Hi, husband.
Hi.
Hey.
What up?
Nothing. So remember how Numbers chapter 7 was
Sucked?
so boring?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there weren't a lot of notes, but is this an intro?
It is an... Yes, I just told you it was an intro.
I forgot.
You forgot. Okay.
Well, sorry. I'm not professional.
So this is about Numbers chapter 7.
The longest most repetitive, boring chapter in the entire of everything we've read so far.
Oh, and we decided that if we couldn't come up with any information, which we did, I think, maybe you did.
A couple small points, not enough to like really make an episode or anything.
Who cares about that shit?
Right.
I have some information about the tribe of Dan.
What? I heard you over there going,
I'm very excited about
dang!
it. I'm very excited about it.
I'm excited to hear what you learned.
This is some good shit right here.
I almost was like, what? But then I was like, no, don't tell me. Tell me in the thing that we're doing right now.
You got to stick around and find out.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are, and our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there, so it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap. Oh. But, we can definitely use any amount, so, any support is always appreciated. So
what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
just our podcast?
Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready for this now?
I'm ready for this now.
Okay, we are not in the intro anymore.
That is correct.
We are in the thing.
We are in the thing.
In the middle of the thing.
You're just drawing this out because you got nothing to talk about.
I mean, it was so repetitive.
It was so bad.
It was just a lot of nothing.
Hated it.
Okay, here's one thing I found. You know how it was like they gave this to that tribe and that tribe gave this.
Yeah.
They gave that to that tribe and that tribe gave this.
Right.
And it was over and over again and it was all the same gifts.
It seemed that way anyway. Yeah.
No, it was.
Okay, it was.
Well,
it was that way.
There were questions. Why did they keep saying brought a silver thing that weighed blah blah blah? Brought a silver thing that weighed blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just
I
so
think that
stupid.
it was some dude that had to fill some space and he was just like, okay, I'm just going to keep saying the same shit over and over.
It's supposed to show that God recognizes all gifts that are given to him in godly fashion. That you get recognized, even if it's exactly the same. Oh, sorry, this is so boring. I yawned. Even if your gift is exactly the same as somebody else's, it doesn't go unnoticed by God. You still get credit. And so it was the way of showing that God sees all the gifts given.
I've got this finger in the middle of my hand. I'm going to give God a gift right now for that fucking chapter.
Oh my God, you're so rude.
What? I just flipped off the sky. Who cares?
Okay, so anyway.
Yeah.
One of the things that some of the tribes had to give was wagons, right?
Yeah, so that they could transport the tabernacle shit.
Well, the tabernacle had to be carried, but all the shit that goes with the tabernacle went in the wagons.
Don't care.
Well, okay, I have something to say about that. Okay, so you know how the tribes, they gave up wagons for this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a bigger deal than it sounds because we're like wagons, whatever. Mm-hmm. But apparently back then, they were considered a luxury item. So they were like your race car. Like only a few people have one, right?
Rolls-Royce.
Yeah, okay, that. I don't know cars.
Whatever.
Like, I wanted to say, like, Maserati, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know cars.
Okay.
So.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
Rare.
Like, yeah, it was rare. Like, they were fancy. They were considered luxury items. So the fact that they had one was amazing enough. And then the fact that they were giving it to this cause shows how generous they are.
Right.
Which is another thing. The tribes were required to give so much of their shit, not because Moses and family co were greedy. They were required to give so much shit so that they could display how generous they are, because God's chosen people are supposed to be humble and giving.
That sure is a mind fuck that Aaron and Moses put on those people, huh?
Right? Because if you don't donate to their cause, then you are being stingy and selfish, and you are on purpose. Like, the blood is on your hands then should anything happen to us, because you didn't, like, you're either all for or all against. There is no, I'm going to come along, but I'm not going to give anything. I'm going to see how this, what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, there was no room for somebody to just, like, be half in, half out and be like, I'm not sure about all this, so I'm just going to kind of go with you and see how it pans out and then give later.
Got it.
Like, if it goes my way.
Right.
So, yeah, you have.
I'm out, though.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I was out like from the get-go.
Same.
So.
Like, all in or all out for me.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was one tribe that did not end up with a wagon.
Really?
And, yeah, we read about that, but it got lost in the shuffle because there was so much boring shit.
Right.
The Kohath tribe got no wagon because they had to carry the ark on their shoulders. Actually, they had to carry a lot of shit on their shoulders. And so they were deprived of a wagon so as to not be tempted.
Got it.
What, to write in it? I don't know. But what's really funny is that I saw some notes that said that, I guess it's in 1 Corinthians or something. So we're not there yet, obviously.
Right.
But I guess 1 Corinthians covers some of this trip. So yay, we've got more of that shit coming.
More desert trip. Yay.
Right? And I guess that in that stuff, in that part, they disobeyed the order to have them carried, and they put the ark in a wagon, and I guess there were some repercussions.
I see.
But I don't know what 1 Corinthians is about. But I saw the note that tied it to this, and so I was like, oh, now we know to pay attention when we get there.
And I'm like, oh, I don't... Spoilers.
Right? Spoiler alert. But it's kind of cool because I wouldn't know to pay attention to some shitty thing like wagons.
That's true.
So I kind of appreciate that they point it out now, so I know to pay attention and look for it when we get there.
Right.
Of course, it's boring, so I'll probably forget anyway. But that's on me. That's on me.
Yeah, it's been stated. So it's all on me now. So is that all you had?
That's all I had.
Okay. So, all right. So Dan.
Tribe of Dan. Tell me.
So,
and to be clear, this is not from the Book of Numbers.
No. And in fact, like, I'm pulling this straight out of Wikipedia. So if you want to, like, learn a little bit more, just go to Wikipedia. This was really cool, though, I thought. So, okay. The tribe of Dan is listed as one of the 12 original tribes that settled Israel. Okay. But apparently, and this is way on. So this is at the very end, actually. In Revelations, they mention 12 tribes, but the tribe of Dan is not one of those tribes. Oh. And apparently, it's hypothesized that they fell out of favor and that the antichrist is going to come from the tribe of Dan.
Shut up!
And I was like, what?
Oh my God.
That's fucking awesome.
So all we have to do is trace all of those ancestors down to see who's walking around today being a shit.
Right? Yeah.
That doesn't seem hard to me.
That's awesome.
That doesn't seem difficult. Why aren't we doing that?
Well, they were lost. We lost them. Oh. They got in a war and they whatever. They disappeared apparently.
Wow. That's so interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's more shit about them in that but the part that I loved was like the Antichrist is going to come from the tribe of Dan?
That's crazy.
And Samson and Delilah come from the tribe of Dan.
Oh.
I
wonder if that's when they fell out of favor.
I don't know. I don't know much about this. I know the name Samson and Delilah, but I don't know much about that story, so.
I think that they were the ones that walked away from the city and were told not to look back or they turn into a pillar of salt, and because God was destroying the city.
I thought that was somebody else.
Was it somebody else?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure, but I think that's somebody else.
Oh, I thought it was Samson and Delilah. And Delilah turned back and looked, and she got turned into a pillar of salt.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I think you might be wrong about that one.
Okay. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's all boring to me.
Right. But regardless, Samson and Delilah, they're from the tribe of Dan. So there's that.
Okay.
And Antichrist maybe from the tribe of Dan. If the Antichrist was a real thing that could actually happen, which is kind of cool.
That
considering,
is cool.
this is atheist reading the Bible type shit. And,
right.
Woo.
But you know what?
I lost my voice. I was gonna give a woohoo, and I only got a woo.
But you know what? Just because you're atheist doesn't mean that you believe in an antichrist or that you worship Satan.
No, I don't believe in any of this bullshit. But the fact that the antichrist could, is hypothesized would be from the tribe of Dan, and the fact that we've been joking about the tribe of Dan this whole time just makes it that much more.
It's kind of sweet.
It's just funny. It's just great. I loved it. I was like, yes, I totally picked the right tribe.
You did.
The tribe of Dan is fucking awesome.
Oh my God.
And they are special. And yeah.
Well, I didn't think that they were awesome or special. I just thought it was funny to make fun of their name.
Well, yeah, that's all I thought at first too. But now I'm like, yeah, that was a good point. That was a good choice. Because Antichrist, why not?
Because Antichrist.
I mean, if you're gonna go all in, you might as well go all in.
I guess.
We're fucking calling God a dick. We're celebrating the tribe of Dan that apparently houses the Antichrist, and we're all in on this one. We are so fucked if there is actually a God, which there isn't. But
I still feel like Ancestry.com should be able to trace that back.
That's what we should tell people who believe in God. We should be like, can you trace your heritage back to God?
Yeah. I would really be interested in that. How far back can you go?
Yeah. I don't know. I think they can put you in specific regions of the world. They can trace you back.
Those are those DNA tests. That's not Ancestry.com.
Right, but it's all part of that same
so far.
Thing.
They can trace you back to specific people, though.
Yeah.
And that's what
well as regions.
Yeah.
Because it's the same science. stuff.
No. Ancestry.com is specific names of ancestors. And you are thinking of DNA stuff.
Right, but they utilize that now to do both. They are all part of the same services now.
But you can use one without necessarily using the other.
Correct.
So to
correct.
say that they are the same is incorrect.
Okay. Anyway, if you know anybody from the tribe of Dan, we want to talk to them.
Please.
That's all.
Speak up. Let us hear you.
We got anything else for these guys?
I think that's pretty much it.
For our peeps?
I think that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, we're going to get the fuck out of here then.
Yep.
See you guys.
Bye.
So that ends this week's Q&A.
If you have questions, answers, or comments, please email them to us by next Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern, to be included in next Tuesday's Q&A episode.
Awesome. See ya.
Bye.